Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of the area of composite figures. This is standard 7.9C in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 4 off the 2022 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and we will look at our answers together. So we have this strange looking figure. We need to find the area. So what we learn about and work on in 7th grade is called the additive property of area. So what that means is if you've got two or more figures that are next to each other, they're adjacent, but they don't overlap, you can find the area of each smaller figure and then add that up and you get the area of the whole figure. So we've got a parallelogram on top. So I'm just going to kind of bring this out just so we have a little bit more room to work with here. So what do we know about this parallelogram? Well, we know that we've got base of 26 centimeters. We don't really know the height, but we can figure out the height real quick, right? We've got the height of the entire figure is 32 centimeters. And then the height up to the base is 16, so that means what's left is going to be another 16. So really it's just cut in half. But we needed to kind of reason that out. So we've got 16 centimeters. All right, so we've got 16 centimeters as our height. So how do you find the area of a parallelogram? Well, it's actually the same as the area of a rectangle if you look on your mathematics chart. Pretty simple. Base times height. Now how can a parallelogram and a rectangle have the exact same formula, right? They're totally different shapes. Well, they're not actually that far. Parallelogram is kind of like a rectangle just slanted. If you were to chop off this portion right here and slide it over here, guess what you would get? A rectangle. So that's why you could just do base times height. All right, so our base is going to be 26. Our height is 16. All right, so let's figure out what that is. 26 times 16, that's 36. That's 12, that's 15. 0, and then we'll do a 26. 6, 11, 416. Not an option, which it shouldn't be because this is only half. But now we can label this as 416 square centimeters. Now the trapezoid is a little bit more difficult, so let's bring this out right here. And so you see we've got a kind of, this is a right trapezoid here because it's got some right angles. All right, so we've got one of the bases is 40 centimeters. The other base is the base of the parallelogram, 26 centimeters. We do know the height, 16 centimeters. Now what is the area of a trapezoid? Well, if you look on the mathematics chart, you're going to get 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height. All right, so let's plug that in. I've got 1/2 base 1, doesn't matter which one is which, we'll say 26 plus 40 times 16. Okay, so we're going to get, I'm going to go ahead and just take my 1/2 times 16, half of 16, that's going to be 8 times 66. All right, so I went ahead and took half of 16, and then I just merged the 26 and 40, so let's do 66 times 8. That's going to be 48. It's another 48, 52. All right, so this is 528 cm squared. Now, what I need to do is add the two. So I'm going to take my 528. I'm going to take my 416 from my parallelogram. Let's add those up. And that is going to be 14, 4, 944 square centimeters. My answer is H.